Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another glorious day of the All Things Protoss Team League Circuit 2025 season, Spring Split, day number 2. So great to have all of you back today. Hopefully it's going to be another banger match, as always. We're going to have 2 different teams going against each other in one match today. Not 2 matches. And yes, it is not all only PvP today, surprisingly enough. That was good enough for a first match, first day match, but yeah, we don't want to see only just millions of PvP all day. That would be a little annoying. So yeah, so we have 2 great teams. It's going to be the return of the Goobers, and it is going to be Blinkin Dark Templar. Blinkin Dark, a very interesting team name this time around. Kind of like it. But anyways, yeah, we're going to have a great match today. Yesterday, if you did not see the games, you can go ahead and check it on the VOD channel. They are uploaded, so you are able to go see those. If you did not see them yet and you do not want to be spoiled, please mute the stream. Okie dokie, great, here we go. So, yesterday we had some great matches. We had 2 different ones. They are like half updated on Liquipedia. I'm not quite sure what happened here, but we have the 2 losses, but we don't have the wins. Wait, no, didn't Faline win? Something happened here. Something went wrong with this one. I'm not quite sure how this worked out. No, yeah, they literally won. I don't know what happened with this update, who did this, but regardless, Faline did end up beating the Baguette Crusaders yesterday in the first match. It was a very entertaining one, lots of Clown Fiesta action happening. And then we also had Cinque de Formaggi beating Probably Overslept. They were able to take it in a pretty convincing fashion despite Larimbo's maulding. So yes, those were the first 2 matches from yesterday, and it was very, very fun. So today we're going to be doing one more match from Group A, like I said, which is going to be Return to the Goobers against Blinkin Dark. Some excellent games going to be in store today for this one. So I'm very excited to see where this one actually goes. Is the Liquipedia ATL logo, that's a placeholder. The sponsor list should be correct, I believe. I remember that Ezreal wasn't listed on there for some reason, but I did mention to Mars to fix that, so I didn't see if that was fixed or not yet. But yeah, the logo I forgot to give Mars the logo too, so I'll have to do that as well. So yes, anyways, yeah. That's what we have in store today. And we're also going to go ahead and throw it on over to the analyst desk here because I've got 2 wonderful gentlemen here with me, the first of which probably woke up about 2 minutes ago, and the other being gracious enough to gift us some of their time in between their 50 daily ladder games. We have November and Deadly Kitten here with us today. Hello, gentlemen. How are we doing?
Hello, hello. Happy to be here.
Excellent. November, are you awake? Are you there? Oh, his microphone doesn't work or something. He unmuted himself, but I don't see any green or hear anything.
Maybe you should ping him.
That's excellent. No, he's here. I saw him toggle it. There's some kind of technical difficulty. As expected from November, that's amazing. Anyways, Deadly Kitten, hello and welcome to the desk. Your first ever time on the desk and your first ever time in the ATL entirely. How are you feeling about the league so far? Obviously, no spoilers about any matches, but how are you feeling about the league so far?
It's been overall exciting, I would say. We prepared a lot for this first week. We wanted to get off to a strong start, so we have spent a lot of time preparing. I think I've played like 60 games in preparation with Vendetta Vic and Grandpa.
Whew.
So I think we felt strong going into this week, so hopefully it pans out.
Very nice. Good to hear. I love to hear that there's a lot of prep going on, not unexpected from the team that you are on as well, so that's great. November still unable to speak with me, I think. Yep, no, it doesn't seem like he's able to do that. Maybe if he leaves the thing and then comes back in, the good old join and unjoin could work. We'll see if that ends up happening. But anyways, we do have a lot of different matches that we're going to be playing today. So to go over it quickly, it's going to be Ezreal versus Vendettovic and Lilypad versus Deadly Kitten, and then Stonester against Grandpa Shoot to round it all out. Only one PvP today. So like I said before, it's only going to be one PvP. So that's very cool. So yeah, let's get some predictions, I guess, from Deadly Kitten first to see what exactly was going on there. So, I mean, you obviously played matches already, but
Yes.
maybe you can talk about what you were preparing going into it. Lilypad is definitely known for some special things, so yeah, go ahead.
Basically, I was told that Lilypad was Celsius, basically. So I played a lot of games against Celsius. He was gracious enough to help me prepare in exchange for a bottle of wine. And I also heard that the proxy hatch was likely, so I prepared a lot against that. And yeah, we've basically been doing a lot of research on the opposite team and trying to prepare for whatever cheese they might bring.
So you are fully expecting the Lilypad cheese coming.
Yeah. Like I did not expect the games to go past maybe 5 or 10 minutes.
Oh my God, it's November. Hello, November. You are here.
Yes, I had to join to my phone. I have no clue why my computer isn't working apparently, but yes, I'm here.
That's totally fine. Welcome anyways. So yes, Deadly Kitten is obviously already prepared for the Lilypad cheese, but November, hello, you can join us and talk to us about whatever you want about this match, so hi.
Hello. So, as I was saying, I woke up, I thought this was a 9, so this was a bad call by me, but I'm happy that I'll get to watch Aceral like smash Vendettovic, because I know Aceral is very passionate about the league, so a lot of prep in, although I think Grandpa Shoot also played from the airport, so I think it's like pretty well balanced. So I guess it's all up to Deadly Kitten. I'm sure Deadly Kitten will smash him with the 50,000 ladder games on their alt. Definitely couldn't tell it's them.
I thought you said Aceral for a second, but it was the way that you were pronouncing Ezreal. That was, you said Aceral?
Aceral. I mean, what's the difference? They're the same person anyways.
That's true. That is a good point. What was I going to say? Yeah, I mean, you woke up very recently, and you also went to bed very recently as well. So you will be at super high energy for this analyst desk, I'm very sure. Do you have any high octane predictions that you would like to throw our way when it comes to the score line of this upcoming match?
Obviously, Cyril will smash Vendettovic because I don't recognize Vendettovic, and Cyril. So that's an easy 2-0 call from me. Lilypad versus Deadly Kitten, I'm gonna call a 1-1 because I think Deadly Kitten will out prep Lilypad, but then still lose because Lilypad one gated or something. So
it's PVZ.
Oh, it's PVC.
PV Protoss versus Zerg.
I thought Lilypad was Protoss for some reason. Oh well, I'm sure there's something equally as broken in Zerg that Deadly Kitten hates to play against. So I'm still calling the 1-1. And then Grandpa Shoot will 2-0 Stonester from the airport.
Did he actually play from the airport? Is that what happened?
This is not true. He was playing
I just don't remember exactly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was back before that.
Yeah, he's back in his home, practicing hard.
Okay, I'm sure he'll smash Stonester with jet lag, because I'm sure that's how StarCraft works.
True.
That if you're in a better condition to play, you lose. So wait, is it 3-3? Oh my god, that's fucked.
Then you're expecting an ace match then?
Zerg doesn't have one. Zerg can't one gate, so I'm gonna call it 4-2 for DTs.
Damn. Okay.
That would be one gate. I'm not calling it 3-3.
What's that? Sorry.
Oh wait, no, there's an ace match though. Okay, never mind. I'm going back to the 3-3, but then it's Fiant versus the other dude. So I'm gonna call for Fiant.
Okay. But Fiant has to off race in the case of an ace match.
Yeah, that would be true. If he does have to get thrown out, he would have to off race. Well, wait, no, isn't Fiant just playing Protoss anyways?
That might be the case. I'm not up to date on this.
Yeah, he is just playing Protoss. He's not actually playing Zerg in the league.
Protoss OP. If there's anything I know, all I know is that all the Liquid PD brackets are green, which means Protoss is OP. that the Zerg and the Zerg players need to go on the r/Starcraft and start posting.
This is the yeah. This league will be the source of all balance wine going into the future next 2 months. Anyways, it would be pretty sick as well. I was gonna say if Grandpa Shoot literally like played his games on like the airplane Wi-Fi as he's flying across the world. That would actually be really fucking funny, I think. Fiat forced to off-race Terran. Oh, is he still high enough or something? That's possible. Okay, anyways.
Dutch.
Regardless, Deadly Kitten, what did you going into this match? What did you expect the what did you expect the score to be when you were doing all your prep?
I'm prone to getting extremely nervous,
Mm.
so I'm not entirely sure what we predicted. I didn't feel good because I'm scared of Celsius, and Lilypad being a copy of Celsius made me scared. So I thought I was sort of feeling like a 1-1 or a 0-2. And also they play Zerg, which is a valid reason to be scared. So I was not confident going into the match.
What about in general, like the entire the whole series? Like, did you think your team was still gonna
No,
eke
but
it out?
I was not too familiar with Vendetta Vic before getting assigned to his team, but we played a lot, and he's actually cracked. Like he almost took a game with me, so he's
Whoa.
obviously super good. He was almost won a few games, so his PvP is cracked for
Or one gate is shit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I actually been two gating a bit recently.
Oh.
So Vendetta Vic is like PvP master. Like it's crazy. He's cracked.
I am surprised.
Considering he's
okay.
like pool 4 and he's. I would never have guessed that he's pool 4, or because he's really good at PvP. So I thought he had a safe bet. And then Grandpa Shoot coming off of vacation, I wasn't sure how his form would be, but he I think he plays a very abusive style of PvC, so I thought he could get a 2-0 as well. So
Whoa.
So
you're predicting to get carried by your team, basically.
Yes, basically they will carry me over the goal line while I lose to Zerg as usual.
Excellent. All right.
Yes.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, for your wonderful thoughts on this pre-match. We'll get with you again at the end to sum everything up. So we will see you guys then.
All right.
Ooh, as I cut them off, as I always love to do. Excellent. All right. We are going to be going into our first game of the day. It's going to be the first game of Ezreal versus Vendetta. And I think I might just start calling him Vend, because calling him Vendetta surely will end up being a tongue twister that will screw me somehow. So instead, that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to be doing some solo castings today. We had a fun day with Lorimbo yesterday, but I'm going to just kind of ride it solo today, as I do also still like to just do some solo casting as well every now and then. So that's what we got. And oh, it's this one. Never mind. Sorry, I messed up my hotkeys. Anyways, on the bottom left-hand side, playing for Return of the Goobers, it is one of the based members of the community, giving hundreds of dollars to the prize pools each time as well. It is Ezreal. Lorimbo fired from casting desk after a full day of racism jokes. Yeah, it's true. My stream got flagged after listening to Lorimbo talk about his slur list from Wikipedia the entire day yesterday. Anyways, on the top right-hand side, playing for Blinkin Dark, a newcomer to the league. Not really seen much of him, but happy to see what exactly he has to bring. It is Vendetta. No, you cannot have the link to the list. But maybe if you ask Lorimbo, he might be able to give that to you. Is this wall correct? That looks a very big gap, but maybe it's okay. Oh, Ezreal accidentally making his second pylon before the Cyber Core, a bit awkward, so that's gonna unfortunately mess up his build a little bit here. But yeah, we are going to be seeing PvP, double gate versus double gate. Both players being extremely based. No one gate cringe being thrown about, so that's very nice to see. This map as well could be kind of interesting, potentially, for some kind of one gate shenanigans, since we do have the one gate possible ramp here, but then we still have the little mineral walking thing with for the probes. So I wonder if that like does enable some sort of possible shenaniganry against 1-gate openers when you're going 2-gate. Again, I haven't seen too much of this map just because I haven't. I don't know. I didn't really have anything special there, but I just had not seen much of this map. I know it's been played in some of the online leagues. And oh my god, is Ezreal going to kill the probe? Nope. Damn, that would have been pretty sick. That would have been sick. Dude, imagine unbeatable build inside your opponent's main. Dude, I mean, we had a proxy 4-gate as the starting game of the season yesterday on this map with that exact type of idea. So, yeah, I kind of would like to see that. I think it's definitely a possibility. Was that a canceled Stalker? Vendetta Vic going for a little bit of a unit cut here to be able to get a slightly faster Robo out. Potentially to do some early pressure with that. Robo in response from Ezreal as well. Has he scouted the Robo yet? Not just yet. His Phoenix was a little bit later. So he will just get in now and see that his is just a little bit behind, but should be okay if he wants to be play a defensive opener here. Oh, a fast Twilight coming out from Vend as well. That's interesting. Okay. So we're going to get Robo and Twilight. Not exactly what I would consider standard. I do have a meme build that I do with this type of thing, though, myself. But, oh my god, it's also the same thing from Ezreal. What in the world? Okay. Interesting. Okay, whatever. I'm not quite sure what to think of what's happening right now. So we'll see. Good old pool 4 goodness happening. As we do have the Immortal coming up from Vend, we'll see if that ends up being aggressive or if he's just going to be as defensive as possible. I want to see if Glaives, yes, Glaives starts up. And okay, there we go. This makes much more sense. It is going to be an Immortal Glaive all in from both players. Oh, that's what I want to see. Give me that. Give me that. This is pool 3. Shit. Whoops. I was going to say, this looks a little bit too good for pool 4. Ho-ho! Just kidding. Alright, we're going to have Immortal Glaives versus Immortal Glaives. I'm very curious. I'm very curious to see what pool 3 Robo Glaives mirror looks like. Does one person go full all in with it? Do they meet in the middle of the map at the exact same time? Does someone just try to macro out of it? Does someone get 2 Adepts in randomly anyways and still kill a million probes beforehand? Potentially, if we don't attack the Stalker instead. Okay, there we go. 4 it should have been if he had targeted the last as well, but unfortunately only 3. Not the best damage from Ezreal for those 2 Adepts, so that's a bit unfortunate. He should have gotten... Actually, no, he didn't get the scout because the gates aren't even down just yet. Sorry, that's Ezreal's gateways that are being made and not Ven's just yet. So Ven's gateway explosion here actually very late. This could be a very troublesome thing here because he really should be trying to go across the map very soon here. Like, Glaives is done, the Prism is about to be finishing. This is when we should be having the mass Adept Warpins start coming out, as we can already see it starting here for Ezreal. However, I think Ezreal went for less gateways in total. He's only going up to 6. Where we're going to have a full 8, I believe, yes, from Ven. So, Ven's gateway explosion a little bit later. However, more committed with Ezreal hitting with more units faster, but we'll have less overall once the game goes a little bit longer. And they are literally going to meet in the middle of the map, and the Prism almost going a little bit too far forward. Luckily, there's only a few sentries worth of anti-air, but the sentries of Ven getting caught a little bit. A lot of Force Field and Guardian Shield energy getting wasted away there. And this is a very awkward dance. Oh, 3 Immortals also for Ezreal here is very good. Getting ahead in the Immortal count instead of going for that faster Prism, which is also just sitting in his main base, unfortunately, so he cannot micro or warp anything else in. There could be a sick force field as well on these Immortals if this Sentry were to throw them down, but I think it's not even going to matter because for some reason Ezreal thinks he can out-micro an army without any reinforcements or anything. The Prism is still nowhere to be found. It's going now across the map to try and do counter damage. But now a trap with the not the force fields, the adept fields, you could say. Getting on top of the Immortal will be able to target that down. And Ezreal, unfortunately, flopping on the attack, not having his Prism with him to go for more reinforcements, and then committing to the attack despite knowing that he didn't have any sort of reinforcement point. This is very unfortunate for him. I mean, the probes are going to start getting killed off, but we have just a defensive Warpin from Ven to be able to deal with that, and there's just nothing at home for Ezreal to be able to kill off this gigantic army in his base. And that should be a very clean, swift 1-0 match so far for Vendedovic. Very nicely done to put his team in the lead. Kind of going to, or kind of, what was I saying? Sorry, I got distracted. This is lending claim to Deadly Kitten's analysis just a little bit that Vend is apparently giga cracked. Wait, didn't Deadly Kitten say that Vend was pool 4? On the desk? Didn't he say that? Is that why I got did I get gaslit into thinking this was a pool 4 match? Is that why? I think I'm going to blame Deadly Kitten. Oops. Anyways, let's go. What the hell was that? All right, top right-hand side, someone is not making probes. It is Ezreal. In the bottom left-hand side of Ultra Love playing for Blinkin Dark, one game up so far. It is Vend. Going to be having a 1-gate expand coming out from Ezreal, despite being down a probe. He went for a 12 pylon, interestingly enough. We'll see how much faster of a gateway that nets him. It was a half second faster. Whoops. Does let for a lean, that does give him a much faster gas though, so that's one thing. Curious what this build actually is, because surely this is planned. Ezreal doesn't just fuck up his games. He knows what builds he's going for, so I'm curious to see what he's got in store. He's also putting his probe over here. Looks like it's probably going to be a proxied Stargate or something interesting. It could be a proxy Robo as well, actually. It could be both. It's not the worst proxy Robo spot, but it does look very much like a proxy Stargate position. But it looks like it's going to be some sort of fake 1-gate expand into a proxy, which I like. I like this. I like that Ezreal's not just kind of sticking to just only playing standard builds or very passive openers. I like throwing in a little bit of the mind games. Proxy double Robo would be so sick. If this is proxy double Robo, then I just think Ezreal is the coolest person on the planet. Alright, so Ven's going to come over here, obviously see the fact that this is what looks like a 1-gate expand situation. I didn't realize my Steam was still up, so sorry about that. Double probe to try and deny this. I mean, I don't even mind it. Oh my god, no way. No fucking way is he going to do it. Oh my god, he's going to fucking do it. What a fucking Giga Chad. Holy shit. It's the double proxy Robo. He waited for the probe to leave, he canceled the Stalker, and he slapped down the second Robo. Oh my god, and it's going to be a Robo defense from Vend as well. If he had gone Stargate, that would have been a disaster for Ezreal. But going for a Robo defense, this does give him a great amount of opportunity to find some insane damage with what is going to be way more Immortals than his opponent. The next thing, though, is that we need to keep these Adepts outside of our base, though. Ezreal does not have a probe in position. Oh, no. This is awful. Oh, no. This is terrible. Oh, not like this. I am actually face palming so hard right now. He has no units. He's gonna have to recall an immortal. Which was already scouted, by the way. Oh, the gig's up. Oh, not like this, Ezreal. No. We're not even fighting with the probes. What's happening? What are we doing? He's just like, he's just totally flailing. He doesn't even know. He's just totally flustered. Honestly, if we just surround the Adepts with the probes, recall the Immortal, and try to kill it as quick as possible. I mean, we're definitely still dead, but at least it's like something. I also think the second unit out of I also think the first unit out of the second robo should always be the Prism. And there's the GG. A bit unfortunate. Yeah. Oops, I forgot to update the scoreboard too, but now I can just do it all together. Boop. Ouch. Well, I appreciate the balls out of Ezreal there. A bit unfortunate on the execution. Unluckily, did not leave the second, or sorry, just did not leave the probe in the wall to make the second gateway to help finish the wall off. But, I guess, I don't know, like, what are you going to do there? That's a bit brutal. God, I really wanted that to actually work. That would have been so sick. But yeah, it should definitely be Prism second. You want the micro ability for sure. You want to be able to drop the Immortal in the base instead of just having to try to run up the ramp and then you get force field and then you can't actually save it because you're force fielded. So yeah, going Prism second is always better. You're going to have more Immortals eventually anyways. The initial Immortal is not what you want to have be the thing that wins. You want the fact that you will eventually have 4 Immortals way super fast. And also a Prism to micro them also. Yeah. Fiant says, I am considering the possibility of building a gulag. Of course, Fiant being the team captain of the Goobers and Ezreal. Gref being the team captain for Blinkin Dark. But yes, an unfortunate series for Ezreal there in the beginning. So we'll see if Lilypad can fight back and find some excellent wins against Deadly Kitten, who, as we know, is very, very tilted by the fact that Zergs exist. So I'm very excited to get into this next match right away, and it is going to be hosted on Maganatha as the first map. And spawning on the bottom right-hand side of the map. This was about this series was only 2 of 60 games that this player played in the last 16 hours before this was submitted, surely. And it is hopefully one that will not also get submitted in the replay analysis channel after this game. It is Deadly Kitten. And on the top left-hand side, already going for an early gas and early pool, playing for
Fuck you, Gemini.
Return of the Goobers. It is Lilypad.
Gemini 2 goated McCann God.
So true. Thank you, Twitch viewer, for the 26 months. So sick. That is totally fine. It was perfectly timed, in fact. I think it was okay. So yeah, we'll see exactly what this is for him. Lilypad, if Larimbo was here, then he would be talking for the next 5 minutes straight about how, because there is 1 drone in this patch and 3 drones going to this gas at this exact time, this means it's by far and only possible to be this exact build order, and we're also stupid to not notice that with our early probe scout, and Protoss players are just dumb. But in fact, he's not here, so I'll get to save you from that, and I'll just tell you, it's an early aggressive opener with a lot of lings and speed. Great. So yeah, Deadly Kitten did mention that they expected some proxy hatch stuff, because Lilypad obviously does like to go for that. So we'll see this early pool, and we'll go for a Zealot quickly, without an expansion so far, which, you know, is fine, I guess. That's okay. Getting an early Zealot is cool, but it's... Oh, it's going to be a drone pull with the early speedlings. This is actually... What? This is so strange, because the speed is not going to be done anywhere close to when this drone pull actually hits. So it's I'm guessing, just a complete fake. This is Lilypad just being like, look at me, I am doing a speed gas opener, something that will not be hitting at the exact time when this thing does. And yeah, I guess that's the whole plan. I feel like maybe even just, I don't know, whatever. Here we go. Let's see if this works. We get the block, because Deadly Kitten is just completely on top of this, honestly. Like, this is extremely well done. I'm not sure why we're trying to attack the gateway instead of this shield battery. Why are we trying to attack the building with way more health? I mean, I guess we'll get it eventually. So that's cool. And we will get inside, but now we have 3 shield batteries that are about to finish. And we do get the target. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. Hold up. We did not use any of the other batteries to repower that pylon. Nice hold position micro, actually, from the probes. So I think this is going to be totally fine. And it is. Wow. Some questionable decisions in this one, but all right, Deadly Kitten comes away with the Game 1 victory. What the hell was that? Why did we attack the gateway? That shield battery was literally just made. Literally, if we just get... What? I mean, once we... if we just power drill past the Zealot, it's gonna take like 2 or 3 things to kill this... To kill this battery with the drones. No, right? Does it only work over here? Alright. That was hilarious. Anyways. Yeah, surely the main mineral patch would work. Am speechless. Yeah, not surprised. Well, this is going very well for Blinkin Dark so far. Looks like the return of the Goobers is falling flat on its face so far. As we will be going into Anomaly Found as the next game. Top left-hand side, playing for Blinkin Dark, currently up very well in the series, 3-0. One more win here, and that will clinch a victory already for the team so short into the actual action. It is Deadly Kitten. And on the bottom right-hand side, with the flubbed Ling drone pull, it is Lilypad. Also, I expect DK to win another game because he was too excited to see his games casted. I honestly agree, and when I saw those messages, I was slightly perturbed. Oh, we're going to have a proxy hatch. In a very... What? I thought she was going to, like, bring it a little bit closer just to dodge, like, the probe pull or whatever. This is so far away. I mean, we have the speed zone thing, but, like, this is still so far away, right? Interesting. All right, there's the spawning pool after the gas. This should be pretty clear what this is. I mean, this is a super late pool for a gas that early while still being on one base. Surely this screams proxy hatch. We're still going to go for the Nexus. He's going to go for the Scout, though, okay? But no one would expect it to be all the way out here, so surely Deadly Kitten does not actually find this in time. We'll see how the reaction ends up being anyways. I mean, yeah, why would you ever expect for this proxy hatch to be all the way out here? That's absolutely mental. So does this now go into the realm of like, sure, it's not scouted because it's so far away, and so that means that Deadly Kitten will not be expecting this. But then, because it's so far away, does that now just eliminate that whole advantage from the fact that it is so far away and you won't have reinforcements or any other type of pressure from this? And so even without a proper advance notice, Deadly Kitten just wins anyway. That's what I'm kind of thinking right now. Especially because now we're just going to do a Roach all-in with it. I am really, I'm really confused here. And we might actually scout it eventually even, which would be totally wild. Does DK not know? I mean, he's making a battery and another gateway and chronoing units. Although he did send the Adept across, which is insanely greedy. Okay, now he will actually see it with the probe, so somehow he actually finds this anyways. Will this be enough? We have a battery halfway done, a Stargate with an Oracle coming out. Oh, this is looking like it's not going to be great. For Lilypad, that is. I don't see a world where this works. I mean, these reinforcements are so late. We have the battery finished. I would honestly just love it to have even... I don't know why we're probing right now. We saw a proxy hatch in the middle of the map. There's no reason to make just make batteries, but I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, I guess this is fine as well, honestly. Well. Congrats to Blinkin Dark on their 4-0 victory. Yeah, the no warp gate is funny too. Yeah. Well. All right, let's see if the next series has any games in it that are worth watching. This is going to go down as the shortest ATL broadcast day ever. We are not even 1 hour in. And that is with the 15-minute countdown timer before the games or the match or the broadcast entirely started. We have a grand total of about, I think this has been like 25 minutes of in-game broadcast time so far, outside of the analysis desk. Can we cast another one? No, I don't want to. We don't have the assets made and prepared for that, and yeah. There was a cool TVT yesterday. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, so one more match to go. Obviously, the series has already been claimed for Blinkin Dark. However, we play all of the matches anyways, just to make sure that everyone can play and all their stuff gets broadcasted and they get some cool casting time. And because map score does matter in the end, so you still want to try and get as many wins as possible for your team, even if you've already lost. So 2 maps here could still be very good for Return of the Goobers if they end up in a situation later on in the season where the map score ends up determining things, which it has definitely done so in the past with other seasons. So always still worth it to try their best to get as many games as possible. So on the bottom right-hand side, playing for Blinkin Dark, it is Grandpa Shoot or Shemetz or Checkman or one of 50,000 names. Just fucking pick one, Jesus Christ. And on the top left-hand side, playing for Return of the Goobers, it is Stonester, playing with his real name in all different areas in the actual game, in Discord and everything. So good, so much easier. God damn it, stop choose. Why does everyone always have names that are different than their Discord names when they're playing? What is this base? Oh, did he get blocked? I wasn't paying attention. Anyways, we're going to have 6 lings coming out here pretty quickly for Mr. Stonester, going also with a follow-up Roach Warren, so the cheese doesn't stop. We are just going non-stop. Oh my goodness, these are going to be the shortest games of all time. We are going to end this series before, like, this whole broadcast is probably going to be done before 9 o'clock at this point. Like, Jesus Christ. We forgot our second pylon as Grandpa shoots. That's a bit unfortunate, but we are now getting that Adept out, so that's very nice. Chronoing it as well, and we need to get that Stargate down. There it is, followed by the Warp Gate. Boop. Bam! Nice, perfectly timed. Alright, so let's get these roaches going out here for Stonester as well. It's going to be the 3 for the... Oh, no, only 2. Sorry. No, there's the third one. Okay. Followed up with some extra lings and whatnot. I guess the fact that we're going for this as well is because it's closer if we were going to go for this all in from the first place. So yeah, I guess that's that too. Did he scout it? Good question. No. He does not know this is coming. He did leave his Adept at home, but he seems to just be making a blind battery anyways. But then he sends the Adept out. Oh, it does end up dodging the lings around for now, but it's going to get hunted. Actually, I don't even know if you should hunt this as Stonester. I think this is just a moment where you just like, no, let's just go. Because now this is going to both reveal what you're doing and also delay you, which is kind of important when your entire point is to try and hit as fast as possible. Since these types of builds have such small timing windows, especially nowadays when Oracle energy overcharge, or recharge I should say, exists. You just get full instant energy on an Oracle. And it's so good versus this. But unfortunately, we used the Chrono Boost, actually, for the Warp Gate. And then we moved the Stalker out of the wall? What? Okay, that's something to do. Now having to pull the probes and the pylon will get killed off as we'd go for the recharge on the Oracle to at least get some more damage output, which will work for now. I think this is still going to be totally fine because the Oracle recharge ability is busted, as all of the units will get killed off, but boy did Grandpa Shoot want to make that more entertaining for a couple seconds there. Alright, yeah, if we just can make sure these probes stay alive, that would be perfect. We need to make sure we can get this re-walled up so no more lings start to get in. And if we lose even 15 to 18 probes, we're still totally fine as Grandpa Shoot, I think. He literally needs to go down to, like... He needs to go down to, like, 8 probes to feel like there's actually any hope. Why are we just plug up the wall! Oh, my God. Alright, hold up. We're now entering a realm of possibility. We're now entering a massive realm of possibility for Stonester to actually win this game. Both of the Oracles have energy to attack. We're Chrono Boosting probes instead of doing another recharge on any of the Oracles. We did 2 Chrono Boosts as well. We still actually have energy for a recharge that should be happening on one of these Oracles, you would expect, I hope. No. No, we're not going to do that. Okay. So I said that we needed to lose a lot of probes for this to have any hope for Stonester, and, well, we lost a lot of probes as Grandpa Shoots, so, you know. There's still 2 Oracles on the field. We do have the wall plugged up now. We do have an Overlord that's about to get sniped by this Void Ray, so there is still room for opportunity as we also have a lot of idle drones for no reason. But the Spore is actually also in a really weird spot. So perhaps this Oracle could still get some nice equalizing damage done. Check PayPal. Oh, no! What the fuck? No, go to the main. There's nothing here. No! What are you going over here for? No! Oh, he doesn't know. Now he's just going to run to the Oracle. Oh, and now he sees he could have just gone from here from the start and killed 5 drones. Oh. Feels bad. Did he block one of them? Oh, he did. That's funny. He did block one of his mineral patches. God, this is some good pool 4 action right now. I love pool 4, man. Robo and Twilight together at the same time while still under 20 probes. We'll see what that ends up going for. I wouldn't be surprised if this is some sort of... Well, I was about to say charge slot all in when... I mean, we just made 2 more extra gases while still only on 22 probes. So, I'm not quite sure. Anyways, drones getting man. They're getting skewered for a second there, but then, unfortunately, losing an Oracle as well. A bit of an overextension, as this is still fully open to go into. For some reason, we are deciding to ignore that as Grandpa shoots, so that's unfortunate. Anyways, we'll see what this ends up going for. It's going to be a Prism. Nothing out of the Twilight just yet. We do have plenty of money for it, but we are not going to do any... Oh, it's going to be an Archon drop. That makes a little bit more sense. I honestly don't even mind an Archon drop in this situation, because... Okay, we're just continuing to suicide Overlords as well, which is very interesting. I actually kind of like an Archon drop in this situation, because... It's basically only a bunch of Lings, and Stonester also hasn't even really made... never mind, he's got more Queens up at the top, okay. I was going to say, it's basically only Lings, so there's really an opportunity for 2 Archons, if microed somewhat adequately, to get some amount of damage done, and then all of a sudden you're kind of at 2 base saturation versus also 2 base saturation, and then, you know, you're cooking just a little bit. However, we are currently supply blocked for all eternity. Still only on 33 probes. And we only have 2 gateways finished. So we're only going to have 1 Archon with this drop. So the window of opportunity that I was foreseeing for Grandpa Shoot is... actually has been closed for the last 5 years, I think. So this is really not going too well for him so far. He's really going to have to find something else to get some sort of damage done here. Dude, how many Overlords has this guy killed? This has got the 5th Overlord? Jesus Christ. No, that's the 4th. Okay, he killed something else before then, but god damn. Lings are going to be able to cancel this 3rd base. That should be 100% a cancel. I guess with the Oracle, that could help a little bit, but I don't think that's enough DPS to be able to kill off this amount of Lings in time. Oh, please cancel this. Thank you. All right. This this Archon drop is still chilling. We'll get to this eventually. What's that Void Ray? What's that guy doing? He's just chilling out still. All right, here we go. Archon drop. The 10-minute Archon drop. Inbound for the natural. What damage can be done? Nice. 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 Oh, we're going deep. We are going deep. All right. Nice. 4 drones. And a Hydra or something. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Actually, not bad. He's literally only at 46 to 50 drones. This is honestly not that bad. Stonester's got a little bit of PTSD from that Void Ray, man. What if he finds... He's like just barely close. He's almost within range. Imagine if this Void Ray... Dude, this Void Ray is so close to finding the fucking lottery of Overlord. Ugh, so sad. Alright, we got the Storm coming out. We do have 2 Templar waiting for energy. We have our 3rd base finishing up. Drone counts very equal. We see the army walking across as well. I would love it if this Prism actually comes home. We would really just need to defend this attack. And with Storm finishing and 2 Archons from a Prism, I feel that we definitely can defend this very easily, because this is really not a lot of units whatsoever. However, the Archon drop is going across. I'm not sure if we actually realize this is here, but I think this is totally fine to defend anyways. I would like us to back up, though, because this is still not exactly the spot that we want to be attacking into. Oracle getting F2'd without its energy turned on and will get killed off very quickly, and now everything getting F2'd back. Charge finishing up to get those Zealots up onto those Hydras is doing very good. Imagine if we just had these 2 Archons from the start in this fight. It would have been much better, as some of them even getting distracted by some reinforcing roaches. And now everything actually kind of sandwiching these Hydras a little bit. This is still looking okay. Maybe coping. I think I'm coping just a little bit. Oh, we get a recharge. Nice, a recharge on the Templar for a fat storm on the units. Actually, a sick play from Shemetz or whatever, Grandpa Shoot. God, I hate when people have different names than their real name in the game. Anyways, and that's about all that's going to happen, though. That one storm was very sick. However, Stonester fully macroed up. Plenty of units on the reinforcement here. Will be able to rally on in and kill it all off. Getting 1 game at least for the Goobers. Will he be able to get a second after this is the question, to at least save just a bit for the Goobers going into the first match of the season. And there's the GG. All right, Stonester fighting back. We'll see what else we can get from him in this second and actually final game of the day already. Dude, Fion, what the fuck is that GIF that you just posted in the Discord? Holy shit, I want to gouge my eyes out. Deadly Kitten is in this, yes. All right, going into our final game, as yet again, the players have totally new games, or sorry, totally new names, as they are now switching servers, so that's very fun. And on the top right-hand side, playing for Blinkin Dark, it is Grandpa Shoot. Is this a screenshot of the race distribution or the matchup win rates from LA? What is this? This is PVT is super high, ZVP is super low, and TVZ is also super low. What is this? What is this fucking clan decal? All right, bottom left-hand side, it is Stonester trying to get any amount of redemption for the Goobers in this opening match. Also with a burger as his picture. With the clan tag dinner. I like it. I like it. I do like seeing the random clan tag decals that people come up with. I do enjoy looking at that. Honestly, a bit of a lost opportunity, I would say. I feel like this doesn't get as much attention as it should. I feel like it would be much more fun if pro gamers just put, you know, just random funny clan decals that they would put, and then we could always see what they're changing in game. I think that would be very fun. Like when Haas used to be in a clan that was just some Korean like K-pop idol or something. So that way we got to know that he was just, you know, about as cringe offline as he was online in his games. Just kidding. That was a joke. Haas is cool. Haas out-Franzed Franz. Yeah, exactly. That's the angle I was going for. Haas is based as fuck. His builds know no bounds. Making 150 probes and 50,000 zealots in one game, in a macro game. No one else does it like him. Alright, first adept's gonna come out. We have no early cheeses from either player, so that is cool. We will at least get a game that is hopefully going past 7 minutes this time. Which, to be fair, the last one did as well, but it really shouldn't have. Haas made Oracle, Mass Oracle viable, and Blizz nerfed it. That is also true. However, I want to say that this is going to be my super cool hipster moment. That I was going Mass Oracle before it was cool. Before any of that started, I was doing that. And I also did it in Heart of the Swarm. And basically you could say that I am the reason that Oracles got nerfed. Not really, no, you can't say that. But I did do that. I did a lot of Mass Oracle, actually. Before it was like the full-on 3 Stargate Mass Oracle bullshit. Going 2 Stargate Mass Oracle after like an Adept opener or whatever was super sick. Also doing it in Heart of the Swarm, I actually did a decent amount. Because I remember specifically a hero game, Liquid Hero, that is the based god hero, not the current hero, who did it as well. And I was like, oh my god, it's so sick and actually works. It kills Hydras, so I did it. And then it won me insane amounts of ladder points. Alright, so we got the Prism coming up, a Templar Archives probably to follow. This Twilight Council is my guess if we're going for a Nexus as well. You would think. What are we doing? What is the plan? What is the plan? Right, these Lings are just suiciding themselves onto the third base just for fun. What is the plan here? We seem to have forgotten a very important building, I think, as Grandpa shoot. Aha! And there it is. Going for a forge as well. We'd love to see some charge as well with this. And we will have a double adept drop, interestingly enough, into the natural. There's no units here, actually. It's just a queen. So this actually has some potential for some serious damage. If we can target fire. There we go. Up. Where do they go? Into the main base. All right. Let's get some target fire. There it is. Nice. The Prism has been left alone. That's totally fine. Suiciding them is not the worst thing in the world. But also, we could have saved them. Or we could have warped in 2 more down here. Alright, nice. We forgot the Prism existed. That's okay. That's totally fine. We are also floating a lot of money, which is not exactly fine. However, we are getting Storm. We're getting an Immortal. We're getting a second Robo. We still have not gotten Charged. So that's a bit unfortunate for Grandpa Shoot. It also looks like Stone Sir's going to all in off of 60 drones here. Has not remade really any of the ones that he lost and has got 6 gases on his 4-base setup with more roaches in the production tab as well as roach speed as expected. A massive stasis ward. Catching a bunch of these Lings. Where has all of Grandpa Shoot's money gone? I feel like he doesn't have any units. He's got 73 probes, which is great. He's making 6 more gateways while already at 5. Oh, sorry, 6. So he's going to have 12 gateways coming up here with a grand total of 37 army supply. Grandpa Shoot continuing to float copious amounts of money, but we are getting double Robo Immortal production, so that's quite nice as well. As Stonester continues to slam down the Roach Key. Will this be good enough? A nicely positioned Stasis Ward could spell doom for Stonester. However, well microed. Puts a Roach forward to dodge that possible catastrophe. And now, unfortunately, Grandpa Shoot completely out of position. For some reason, moving everything to the left when he just saw a unit do something on the right. Oh my god, this army is gigantic. Let's see what the storms are like. Pretty fat. Extremely fat. And we've got lots of Immortals as well. Is this enough? The Oracle coming back would be massive to be able to kill off these Ravagers, and he's going to be able to turn that on. Very nicely done. We would love to see a battery overcharge onto the Templar to get a couple more storms out. Unfortunately, not paying attention, not going to be able to do so. The Roach Ravager army continues to just be a little bit too strong as we're floating copious amounts of money from Grandpa Shoot. Unfortunately, unable to get his macro up to snuff against what is clearly a mass unit army. Strategy coming out from Stonester. Although the couple extra Immortals on the back end and the Void Ray with now also an overcharged Templar, looks like we will just barely hold this off. As the reinforcements from Stonester seemingly were not quite on the other side of the map just yet. Hold up. This is still winnable. This is absolutely winnable. And a massive Zealot Warp in across the map. Going to be killing off a hatchery for sure. As Stonester, for some reason, has not realized that this is happening. Going straight for the third base. I love it. Oh, this is going to put Stonester on such a timer. He needs to react in some way or another. And he's going to go for the pull back home. No, just kidding. He wants to kill this Warp Prism. But there's still units wrecking his third base, with Lings just suiciding themselves onto Grandpa Shoot's third as well. Things are really swinging now for Grandpa Shoot. This is an excellent play to put himself back in this game after a miraculous hold. After what seemingly looked like he was just going to get bopped out of this game. I don't agree with this move out. I see no reason to actually walk across the map at this point. We know our opponent is extremely all in with the decision he made for his strategy in this game. We saw that we just killed a lot of units at his third base. We should be purely a defensive player at this point. We need to just sit back, wait. We will outscale the Zerg eventually with more Storms, more Immortals, more Archons. We have no reason to walk across the map. Sit our booties down and wait for them to suicide into us. It seems like Stonester will only be doing that because he's got more Lings, more Roaches on the production tab, sitting at only 69 drones. Nice. But that is not nice for a Zerg economy if you want to go into the later stages of a game. He's going to try to split up some units, but I don't really like this. I mean, this army on the right is extremely weak. That is very prone to an A move if Grandpa Shoot really noticed that. However, some of them are going to get split off to the top left. There's an Oracle here waiting, and also surely a bunch of Warpins that could easily get thrown down. I don't really think this is the play from Stonester. The double Void Ray harass coming in from the bottom side. Hold up. This base. Hold up. You didn't expect this. No one expects the 11-minute 30 double Void Ray harass at the fourth base. Why would you have Queens and a Spore in preparation for that? What's this recall? Oh, it's our army. Oh my god, he's going to save the fourth base as well. Fat Storm on top of absolutely everything. Units melting from Stonester as the Void Rays continue to wreak havoc on this fourth base. Oh my god, he's found his mojo. Even microing back the individual Void Rays, he's sick. Oh my god, Artosis. Have you ever seen micro like this? All right, we are consolidating everything. We have got so many immortals as Grandpa Shoot. Oh my god, he's got 11 immortals. I mean, this is just cooked. What do you even do against this as a Zerg player going for a mass roach all in? Oh my god, it's cooked. Grandpa Shoot is going to find his way to another victory. Or sorry, his first victory in the ATL. And also give Blinkin Dark their 5-1 victory overall, denying as much as possible from the Goobers. A very entertaining game to close it out. Liked that one. And that means we did end after 9 o'clock, which is not what I expected given how the series initially started. So that's interesting as well. So yeah, a very entertaining series here from Blinkin Dark and Return of the Goobers. A bit short, but a couple of nice memes dispersed throughout, so nice to see it. Honestly, yes, if you just pile on, if you just pile onto the wall, or if you just overcharge the Oracle more than once, that game would have also been a win, and you would have been finding yourself a nice little 6-0 to slap on into the ATL. But unfortunately, a 5-1 is all you'll get, but that's totally fine, I think. I think you can definitely live with that. So yes, very nicely done from Blinkin Dark. Let's head back on over to our analyst desk to see what they had to think about what was clearly a absolute stomping from Blinkin Dark.
Yeah, I left to take a shower and then I missed the first 2 games, so you know.
You missed not very much. It's okay.
Yeah, I like to thank everyone for not spoiling the games in chat and making sure we oh my god.
Yes.
Disappointed. Do better next time.
No, I don't think there's any spoilers. Yeah. However, yeah, no, I think it was fine. I didn't. Although, whatever. 5-1 is not what I expected, though, to be fair. I'll be honest. I expected Fiant to coach his players just a little bit better than that, but it seems like he's also finding himself in the Larimbo situation of having an uncoachable team, perhaps. A bit unfortunate.
To be fair, this is a team with Magnath, and Magnath is known for his bad takes on SpongeBob being the best form of animation ever, so, maybe they are just uncoachable.
Magnath is on Blinkin Dark, not the Goobers.
What? Okay.
Only the highest level of analysis from the ATL, folks. Thank you very much. Deadly Kitten, you had a pretty interesting series with Lilypad. Any thoughts about what happened in your games?
I did not actually expect this sort of drone pull. Celsius disawarded me of the possibility, and it went well, I think. Yeah, I'm happy with my performance. It was not as clean. I could have, of course, healed the pylon that was powering everything with my 3 batteries doing nothing. But yeah, this is something at least I can learn from going into the next week.
I did like the hold position probe micro, though. It was actually pretty
Yeah. I've been playing on Magna's instruction. I've been playing minute micro stuff, and they have this drill with hold precision shit. Yeah. So yeah, I think it was a very strong showing from our team. It's good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Very well done. I just want to ask what you felt when you saw eventually, finally, the proxy hatch in the second game.
Yeah, because I was confused beyond belief.
Yeah, no.
Initially, there should be a hatch somewhere, and I've seen Lilypad played Magnaf last year, and I got a hold of these VODs, and then there was also a game where a hatch was placed in a quite weird location. So this was something I was kept in mind, and eventually I did scout it, and it was really far away. So it's you might as well place it in your natural at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's the mind game of the whole thing. But yeah,
DK,
especially now with
how much review did you do?
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't get Lilypad's ladder account, so I couldn't find too many. I got maybe 8 or 10 games from them.
And you watched all of them?
Yeah, of course I did.
Of course you did. What do you expect?
checking.
What else do you expect from the prep god himself, Deadly Kitten, man? Come on.
Only
Yeah,
8 or
yeah.
10.
That's
Yeah.
only like what, like maybe 5 minutes of time, given how long Lilypad's games are. And he spends like 7 to 8 plus hours a day playing games. Like, come on, that's nothing for him.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a good week, good showing from our team. I think I'm happy with our results.
Yeah, a very strong showing from Blinkin Dark to start off the season. November, did you have any thoughts on any of the games that you did manage to see?
I was a little disappointed, but I mean, it was a pretty good way to start off ATL. Maybe a little cheesy, but nothing wrong with that.
Nice. Yes, it was very
Yeah, I'm
cheesy.
happy Deadly Kitten's girlfriend got to watch Deadly Kitten win 2 games on the big screen. So
Oh yeah, it's very impressive.
Yeah, shout out to Deadly Kitten's girlfriend for boosting the ATL viewership up one more viewer. That's excellent.
One person, yes, one more person. But yeah, yeah, I'm happy with our team. Performance was good stuff. Sad that we couldn't get a 6-0 against Fjant. But if there's another time we face them, I'm sure we will get a 6-0.
Oh, the confidence,
never
goddamn.
mind. Goobers are washed. Team Magnet for the win.
Team Gref.
Yeah. What a crazy world that would be if Magnath was a captain in the ATL. Wouldn't that be just the most absurd thing? I think that would mean the world is ending. Very glad to see that's not the
You
case.
We have to rename the captain
will get him. We will see him play next week. I'm pretty sure. Let me check this schedule.
Yeah, anyone that didn't play
Against
this week
Bulmi.
will next week.
Yeah, he's playing
Listen.
against Bulmi next week, and also me against Jackie, which is a banger of a matchup.
Oh boy.
Yeah, one gate.
Damn, I mean, like, we have so many people and so many different teams that we need to cover, but goddamn, that is a very tempting match to still cover next week. But I really should be.
There's only
splitting
bangers
up.
next week, and there's Gref against Goblin as well.
Yeah, I do need to split up the who gets broadcast time though, so I will have to think about it. But yeah, a very entertaining season to come as well. So thank you guys for joining me here on the desk. It was nice to have you. A bit short day, but that's totally fine. That means I can get to do more things outside of the stream, so that's cool too. Haha. Deadly Kitten, any closing thoughts from yourself?
Not really. It went well. We're all happy. We've been celebrating all night in our Discord channel.
Nice.
Good start to the season, and more to come. More sweeps.
Excellent. November, closing thoughts?
I could really go for McDouble right now.
Awesome. I hope you can let your dreams not be memes. Thank you guys for joining me, and we will see you in the future. If you decide to sign up for any more analyst desks, feel free to do so. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Option.
I don't know what November just said at the end there, but whatever. All right. Thank you guys for joining me here for the first weekend of the ATL Circuit 2025 season. Spring Split. Oh my god, it's a mouthful every single time, but we will get through it. All right. Yeah, I've got nothing else to say, really. If you enjoyed, make sure you follow. Make sure to look at the VODs channel on YouTube if you ever want to see any of the VODs afterwards, since Twitch Korea does not let me save VODs on Twitch. I have to upload them elsewhere. For some reason, the YouTube upload also took an eternity last night. Usually I can upload a VOD in like 20 minutes, and then it just processes overnight. This time I uploaded it, and it took 2.5 hours to just upload. So I had to just leave my computer on all night. And then when I woke up, this was at like, I think I put the upload up at 2 a.m. Then I woke up, got out of bed, went, and like, it was like 11 hours later. And it still said processing, 16 minutes left. So I don't know what the hell is going on with YouTube with that, but hopefully that is not what the case going forward, because that would be extremely annoying. But yeah, anyways, the other matches are going to be getting streamed as well by some other streamers. I don't know if Bull is supposed to be streaming tonight right now or what. It doesn't look like he's live. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on with that. But I do know that some of the other matches are supposed to be getting streamed as well. We're also going to, in the future, put those in the events tab on the Discord as well. So I only have the mainstream ones up right now as events in the Discord, but we're also going to put the side stream ones as events as well, so that way we can keep track of when those will be happening. If anyone wants to watch those. So, yeah, that's that. That's pretty much everything for today. I'm going to find someone to raid, and then we're going to be all done. So thank you guys for joining yet again on this beautiful first weekend of the ATL. That is not the correct link. Yeah, I've got nothing else to say. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.